Coaching and forces.
This video is for a job application for Penrith Panthers to show our understanding of Newton's laws in sport. This video will show how Newton's laws affect us in everyday life and in sport.
Isaac Newton made 3 laws of motion. His first law states that an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion with the same speed unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. This is also known as the law of inertia. We can see this in everyday life, as when you suddenly stop your car, the passengers would tend to keep moving forward unless stopped by something such as a seatbelt or airbag. We can see the law of inertia in a sport such as soccer. The goalkeeper tries to save the ball, but the ball wants to keep going, and since the goalkeeper's force against the ball is not strong enough, the ball keeps moving forwards. Newton's second law is that the acceleration of an object is dependent upon 2 variables, the net force acting upon the object and the mass of the object. The formula for Newton's second law is force equals mass times acceleration. An example in everyday life is that an empty shopping trolley will accelerate much faster than a full shopping trolley, and use less force to get it moving. We can see this in soccer. The more force you apply to the ball in a throw-in, the further it will go and the faster it will accelerate. If something with a heavier mass, such as a bowling ball, were to be thrown, it would take much more force to get thrown, as well as accelerating much slower. Also, in a throw-in, there is gravitational force acting on the ball, as well as the force that the thrower puts in. Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. When you lean against a wall, you're pushing against it with an action force, and it reacts with a reaction force which pushes in the opposite direction with the same amount of force. See this in soccer when you kick a ball. Your foot applies a force on the ball and the ball applies an equal force back on your foot. However, your foot has more inertia, meaning it can follow through easier. There are 3 main types of coaching styles: autocratic, laissez-faire, and democratic.
I'm going to pass the ball to the attacker and he's going to get around the defender and score.
Wait, Coach Cabbage, can we have
another player?
This style of coaching makes all the decisions, with no input from the players.
I'm going to pass the ball to the attacker and he's going to get around the defender and score a goal. What do you guys think?
Coach Cabbage, can we have another player?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
With this style of coaching, the decisions are shared between the players and the coach.
I'm back here. Yeah, go! Yeah!
We're doing attacker versus defender drill.
Okay, I'll defend, and then you have to try and score against me. Alright, Fred.
With this style of coaching, there is very limited input from the coach, and the players make most of the decisions themselves.
First, we started off with a 5-minute jog for our warm-up and stretches. Then we did our technical activities, which were passing drills. After this, our tactical drills, which were through balls. And finally, we did a cool down, which was just a slow jog.
A good technique for coaching is the DEPE method, which stands for demonstrate, explain, participate, and evaluate. Demonstration should take no more than 10% of the training session. It is explained by the coach and allows visual learners to learn by breaking it down into smaller parts.
Right, so Connor's got to pass to me, and I've got to pass to Connor, and then he's going to get around the goalkeeper to score.
The purpose of this drill is so that we can learn how to play through balls in front of the player and score. It teaches them to pass accurately and make plays.
The explanation should also take no more than 10% of the training session. It is important to keep it short and concise as to not lose the player's attention. It needs to be to the point and explain what's happening and how to do it.
For this drill, Connor, you're going to stand on the cone there, and Blake's going to stand on that cone there. Connor, I want you to pass somewhere over near Blake, but somewhere in front of him, so he can chase the ball. And not, if he had a defender on him, he wouldn't he'd get the ball before them. Blake, you're then going to cross into the middle, and Connor's going to run from that cone and get the ball and try to score a goal. There's also going to be a defender. You guys
The
practice.
participation step should take at least 70% to make sure that the players get enough time to practice and improve their skills. Everyone should get involved and have a go. During the evaluation, the coach should give positive and constructive feedback, as well as concurrent feedback during the practice and delayed feedback after.
Like next time we do this drill, you could pass a little bit better so Connor can run onto it. And Connor, you could put a little bit more power into your kick and probably be a little bit faster. We'll practice this again now. Let's do that again.
After the evaluation, the coach should allow players time to participate again for a chance to improve and apply the feedback given during the evaluation. Thanks for listening, and we hope you've learned something about coaching and forces.